How do I find the surface area of a prism and cylinder? Yesterday we worked on lateral area of a prism. Did we talk about the classroom as an example of a prism?
Yeah.
And we were finding the area of the walls, right? And the shortcut for that was to find the perimeter of the base and multiply it times the height. Agreed? And that gave us the lateral area. All right. Today we're going to talk about finding the lateral area of a cylinder, and then we're going to talk about finding the surface area of both. So first, let's talk about lateral area of a cylinder. Now, the formula is the same as a prism. Your L is equal to P times H. The P represents the perimeter of the base, and the H represents the height of the cylinder. When you're dealing with a cylinder, the base is a circle, or the bases are circles. And the perimeter of a circle is called circumference. So the perimeter of a circle is equal to two pi r, or you can use pi times the diameter. The H represents the height of the cylinder, just like the height of the prism yesterday. Yesterday you were adding up the side lengths to find the perimeter. Today, to find the perimeter of a cylinder, you're going to find the circumference of that cylinder, which is 2 times pi times r, or pi times diameter, whichever is given. So if you've got a cylinder, and we're going to find the lateral area of the cylinder. All right, if we're going to find the lateral area of this thing, the height of the cylinder is 10. So you know that. You need the perimeter of the base, which is also called the circumference. So your P, in this case, is going to be equal to 2 times pi times, what's the radius of the base?
5.
Good, 5. All right, so we got 10 pi, and 10 pi is equal to 10 times pi, 31.42. So to find the lateral area of this cylinder, you multiply 31.42 times the height. So your L in this case your L is going to be equal to your 31.42 times the height of the prism, which is 10. And that number's still sitting in your calculator, so times 10 equals 314.16. Any questions there? All right, if you get a cylinder and it happens to be laying on its side, and you don't have to draw this, just watch for a second. Make sure that you can identify the different dimensions here. In this cylinder, if you're given this as 14, and you're given this number here, this dimension, as 18, okay? What is the radius of that cylinder? All right, very good. The radius is 7. They're giving you the radius in this form right here. They're giving you the radius as the diameter. So this is your radius. It's half the diameter. It's 7. What's the height of the prism? 18. Very good. So if you want to find the lateral area of this shape, your L is equal to big letter P times H. So 2 times pi times the radius. 2 times pi times the radius. Well, the radius, we know the radius. That's 7. 2 times pi times 7 is your P, isn't it? And the height of the prism is 18. Now, if you get asked to find the lateral area of the prism in terms of pi, that means you just leave the pi symbol in your answer until you're completely finished. All right? So 2 times 7 times 18. 2 times 7 times 18. That's 252 pi. 252 pi. All right? That's your lateral area in terms of pi. If you need it as a decimal, then you can push times pi button equals, and that's 791.68. So the first answer is in terms of pi because the pi symbol's in your answer. The second is an approximation rounded to the nearest hundredth. All right, so that's lateral area. Today we're going to talk about surface area as well. Surface area. Surface area of a prism and cylinder. Means the total surface area. All right, referring to the classroom again. If the classroom is a big prism, the lateral area was the area of all the walls. The lateral area you would need if you wanted to paint all these walls and windows. You would need the area, the surface that you're painting. The total surface area. That's when you take the area of all the walls and you add the area of the floor and the ceiling. Okay? That's if you want to take a prism or a cylinder and you want to paint the entire thing. Or you want to, it's a package and you want to wrap it. And you want to cover all of it. Then you want the total surface area. And that's the area of the sides or the area of the walls plus the area of the top and the bottom. So your formula for surface area is S equals L, which we did yesterday, the lateral area, plus 2 times big letter B. And big letter B means or stands for area of the base. You're multiplying it by 2 because there's a base on the bottom and there's a base on the top. There's two bases. So you find the area of one of them and you multiply it by 2. Now you may want to do this. Hopefully that'll remind you that you have to multiply the area of the base times 2 before you add the lateral area to it. So right now let's find the surface area of a cylinder. Alright, so to find the surface area. Alright, to find the surface area, we're going to use S equals L plus 2 times B. So we got to find the lateral area first. Lateral area is the perimeter of the base times the height. And for a circle, the perimeter has two formulas, 2 pi r or pi times diameter. So what's the diameter in this case? 12. So 12 times pi is the circumference or the perimeter, and the height of the cylinder is 14. So let's keep everything in terms of pi until the very end. So 12 times 14 is 168 pi. So your letter L up here in this top formula is 168 pi. And we're going to take plus 2 times big letter B. Big letter B. Big letter B stands for area of the base. What's the shape of the base? A circle. The formula for the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. So your big letter B is going to be equal to pi times 6 squared. Your big letter B is going to equal 36 pi. So big letter B over here is 36 pi. So now, finish this thing. Yes?
Can you explain that again? Because you said you had a
Didn't multiply it by 2 yet. The big letter B in the formula represents or stands for the area of the base. The base of a cylinder is a circle. So here's a circle. Right here. We need to find the area of that circle. The area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. So to find the area of this bottom or this top, 12 is the diameter. So half of 12 is 6. So 6 is your radius. So the area of this base, big letter B, is equal to pi times 6 squared. And 6 squared is 36. Just bring the pi along with it.
Thank you.
So the big letter B in the formula, we're going to replace with a 36 pi. So now we got 168 pi's plus 2 times 36 pi is 72 pi's. And 168 plus 72, 240 pi's. And then you got the 240 sitting in your calculator, so push times pi button equals 753.98. That is your total surface area. Lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Does anybody have any questions? Yes?
Okay, so when you leave the pi in there,
Mm-hmm.
so you only multiply by 1 pi 1/4. So are you not supposed to multiply the other numbers by pi until towards the end?
When you're adding, this is just like combining like terms.
Oh, okay.
This is the same as taking 168x plus 72x. All right, it would give us 240x. We're just using the pi as a variable.
Okay.
Now, when we take the 168 plus the 72, we get 240. We multiply it by pi. If you would have taken 168 times pi and then 72 times pi and then added it together, you would have gotten 753.98.
Okay.
Any other questions?